Hello student, welcome to my channel. Last class we have discussed what is moving coil galvanometer, what is conversion of galvanometer to voltmeter and ammeter. We have discussed clearly in our previous classes, and what is voltage sensitivity and what is the meaning of current sensitivity and how current sensitivity and voltage sensitivity can be increased. Clear? Okay. But in this case, today we will go for a new concept that is known as cyclotron. So what is cyclotron? Cyclotron is a device or it is a machine which provide us a highly oscillate particle or which provide us a highly energetic particle. Clear? So the meaning of cyclotron is that it is a device. It is a device which provide a highly accelerated and energetic particle. Highly accelerated and highly energetic particle. And that machine is known as cyclotron. Clear? So, why we need a highly accelerated charge particle or why we need a highly energetic particle? Clear? Suppose there is an atom and the central part of the atom, that is nucleus. And the electron which revolve around the nucleus, and it consists neutron and proton. Now we are going to study the nuclear properties of a nucleus. So how can I study the nuclear properties of nucleus? First we have to break the nucleus. It is not easy to break a nucleus. So we need a highly accelerated, highly energetic particle which bombard with the nucleus and the constituent particle of the nucleus separated. Now we study about the nuclear properties. So we need a highly accelerated charge particle. Clear? Suppose we want to break a charge particle or we want to break a particle, then we have to need a highly accelerated charge particle. When highly accelerated charge particle collide with another particle, then this particle collapse, then the particle destroyed, so that we can clearly understand, we can clearly study about that properties. So we need a highly accelerated charge particle and highly energetic charge particle. So we need a machine which provide us that amount of speed or which provide us that amount of accelerated charge particle and energetic charge particle. That machine is known as cyclotron. Clear? So next we will go for the principle of cyclotron. So what is the principle of cyclotron? Principle of cyclotron. In this case, we have to or we need a highly accelerated charge particle and highly energetic charge particle. So suppose we know the concept of electric field and magnetic field. What is the concept of electric field? What is general meaning of electric field? Electric field means suppose we have a charge particle which inside the electric field, then electric field accelerate the charge particle, but it cannot change the direction of the charge particle. But in case of magnetic field, if we place a charge particle inside magnetic field or uniform magnetic field, then magnetic field act on a force on that charge particle and it changes the direction of the charge particle, but it cannot accelerate the charge particle. So these are the two major difference between electric field and magnetic field. That means suppose we have a charge particle, so we have a electric field. This is the direction of electric field, and then each suppose we have a charge particle Q, this plus Q, which is at rest. We know if we place a charge particle inside electric field, then it experiences a force. That force is known as electrostatic force, and this force can be write, that is F equal to Q into E. That is F equal to Q into E. So electrostatic force experienced by charged particle which placed inside electric field, that is F equal to Q into E. And if this charged particle, if this Q is positive charge, then the direction of electrostatic force which is along the direction of electric field. That means this charged particle experience a force in this direction, and that force known as Q into E. Clear? Okay. If this charged particle which inside electric field and experience a force equal to Q into E, we know that force F equal to Q into E, and force equal to mass into acceleration, which is equal to Q into E, and acceleration of that charged particle can be write Q into E divided by M. That means it possesses, a charged particle possesses some acceleration when placed inside electric field. And if charged particle possesses acceleration, that means what is acceleration? It changes its velocity after interval of time. That means its velocity changes gradually. Suppose initially the charged particle which was at rest, that is v equal to initial velocity 0, and the final velocity can be right because this force is constant and electric field is constant. So electrostatic force is constant. That means acceleration constant. If acceleration is constant, we have kinematic relation, or we can apply here the kinematic relation, that is V equal to U plus AT. Clear? At time t equal to 0, if velocity of the charged particle is 0, that means initial velocity is 0, but after time t, it changes its velocity to v, and that velocity can be write v equal to U plus AT, and initial velocity 0. So after time t, when charged particle accelerate with a constant acceleration a, that is v equal to AT. If time increase, then velocity of the charged particle increase. So we need a highly accelerated, highly speed charged particle or highly accelerated charged particle. So we have to use the concept of electric field, and we need the particle which retain in the electric field maximum time. If time increase, then velocity of the charged particle also increase. Clear? And this is the direction of the charged particle. Clear? Suppose okay, here the electric field only accelerates charged particle along the direction of electric field, but we need a high charged particle. If time increase, then velocity increase. But when we use the instrument, the gap, we will discuss later, the gap between two system is very small. We know what is E. The difference between potential, the relation between a potential and electric field, that is E equal to V by D. If distance of separation, suppose there is two distance, this distance and this system, we will discuss later. This system, another system. If this distance D, the distance increase, then electric field decrease. But we need a high energetic particle, so we need maximum electric field. So we have to use here another concept, that is magnetic field. So what is magnetic field? Magnetic field means, suppose there is a magnetic field in this direction, and the cross, which is convenience method to represent magnetic field which is inner direction, and this magnetic field which is perpendicular to this plane. Clear? Okay. And this magnetic field, suppose constant magnetic field, we have a charged particle, because if we place a charged particle, if we place a moving charged particle inside magnetic field, then moving charged particle experience force. So suppose we have a charged particle in this direction, and this charge, suppose this charged particle is positive charge Q, and moving this direction with velocity v. And this charged particle which enters the magnetic field and perpendicular to the magnetic field, because this is the direction of magnetic field and this is the direction of charged particle. So angle between them is 90 degree. We know what is right hand palm rule. The right hand palm, the tip of the finger which indicate the direction of magnetic field, and the thumb indicate the motion of the charged particle or electric current. Then palm of the right hand which give the direction of magnetic force. So magnetic force in this direction. So if you use this concept here, then it's the direction of magnetic field inward direction and it's the direction of charge particles. So we have to bend or we have to place our hand in this way because this is the motion of charge particle, positive charge particle. This is magnetic field. So force experience in this direction. So this charge particle actually try to move this direction due to magnetic force. It changes its direction because there is a force that is known as magnetic force. So it's changing direction. And here also, if we use right hand control, then the force acts in this direction. So finally, the charge particle and the path of charge particle which moving perpendicular to the uniform magnetic field, which make a circular path. Clear? This make a circular path. So here, these are two important concepts we use here of the concept of magnetic field and the concept of electric field and concept of magnetic field. Clear? So what is the meaning of electric field? Why is here electric field? Because electric field can accelerate the charge particle, but magnetic field only changes the direction of the charge particle, which cannot provide or which cannot change the direction in case of electric field, and direction change magnetic field, but it cannot accelerate the charge particle. So here we use these two concepts, that is known as principle of cyclotron. So what is principle of cyclotron? That means we need a highly accelerated charge particle it is based on the principle that if a charge particle, if a positively, here we will take a positive charge particle, we will discuss later. If a positively charged particle which pass through an electric field number of times, it is based on the principle that if a charge particle which passes through an electric field number of times, and by using magnetic field, that is we get a highly accelerated and highly energetic charge particle. So this is the principle of cyclotron. That means here we will discuss, or here we will use the concept of electric field and magnetic field, because electric field provide the acceleration of the charge particle, but it cannot change the direction. So we need the change of direction. So here we apply the concept of magnetic field. Clear? So the principle of cyclotron is based on the concept of electromagnetism. That means it based on the principle that electric field and magnetic field. Clear? This is the principle of cyclotron. Next we will go the construction of cyclotron. Clear? Look at the diagram carefully. We need a 2D or D-shaped system. D-shaped, suppose this is system, this is circular system, and this 3D diagram. This system. If we cut from its middle part and separate it. Then each piece of the system make a D shape, like this is one shape and this is another part, two parts. Clear? This two discs look like this and same. Clear? These are two discs, D-shaped material, or we can make D1 and D2. D-shaped, hollow, and these are two hollow D-shaped material, highly conducting material. These are two D-shaped highly conducting material for construction. Clear? Okay. Again, we must need a magnetic field. So, suppose we have two poles, that is north pole and there is another pole, south pole. We know the magnetic field lines always start north pole and terminate on south pole. This is the direction of magnetic field in this direction. Clear? And this magnetic field is very strong. Clear? Okay. And this is the gap between two discs. Gap between two discs. Really, these are two D-shaped material, D1 and D2, and the gap, this is known as gap, very small gap, where we place a source of charge particle. Here we place a source of charge particle which oscillate inside magnetic field and electric field. That is source. Clear? Okay, this is gap, and the two discs are connected through a highly accelerated, this is highly, or this is oscillator, connected through a oscillator. Oscillator means it provide polarity positive. Suppose this oscillator provide first this D1 positive and D2 negative. Again, it changes its polarity. Then this terminal, this D2 will be positive and D1 will be negative. And here we need a highly oscillator. Clear? Okay. This is the construction. And the magnetic field always start north pole to south pole in this direction. These two D's are hollow D-shaped highly conducting material, and this is the direction of magnetic field, which is upward direction because this south pole and here north pole. The separation between two D's, the separation between two G is very small gap, and there is a point or there is the space where we place a source, and this is highly oscillator. And here we use and it provide a potential which is equal to 10 to the power 4 volt and frequency nearly equal to 10 to the power 6 hertz. This oscillator provide a frequency about 10 to the power 6 hertz and potential difference and potential provide 10 to the power 4 volt. Clear? Okay. So Suppose we have a, suppose this dish, there is a north pole and there is a south pole. If there is a north pole and there is south pole, north pole and south pole, then the direction of north pole from north to south in this direction. That means this is the direction of magnetic lines. This is the magnetic field lines. Clear? Okay. In between two poles, north pole and south pole, we place two D-shaped highly conducting material. Two highly conducting material, that is D1 and D2 in this way. Here D1 and D2, which is parallel, and its plane which is parallel to the north pole and south pole. This is south pole and there is north pole, and this is also this is 2D shaped material. Clear? Okay. Now if here the magnetic lines which pass through this material or D shaped material which is perpendicular to the plane of the dish. If this is plane of the dish, the two dish, so it is known as dish, because two dish shaped hollow or two hollow dish shaped material, so it is known as dish, and these dish are perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. Clear? Okay. If we observe from its top point, if we observe top view, then you have to imagine a top view diagram of cyclotron. You have to remember this is north pole, this is south pole, and there is two D's. Clear? And this is a small gap between two G's, and these two D's are hollow shaped, highly conducting material, and these two D's are connected with a high oscillator which provides 10 to the power 4 volt nearly equal to, and it provides a frequency about 10 to the power 6 hertz. If we observe from its topmost point, if we observe from its top level, then the diagram will be like this. Now we construct a diagram or top view diagram. Top view. If you observe from its top view, this is north pole and there is point south pole. North pole and south pole. If you observe top view, then the magnetic field lines which are coming out from the D-shaped material. So if we observe, this is the top view of a cyclotron, and these are two D-shaped material, and the gap between two D-shaped is very small. Clear? These are two D-shaped material, and in between there is a source, and here the magnetic field, this is top view, the magnetic field which is outward direction, because the magnetic field which is coming outward. So these are the direction of uniform magnetic field. The magnetic field which is coming outward direction, and the magnetic field which is very strong and uniform, and inside uniform magnetic field these two D's are perpendicular to the uniform magnetic field. Here this is the direction of uniform magnetic field, and this magnetic field strength B which is coming outward this top view. Clear? Okay. This construction now, the two D's are connected. Two D's are connected through a oscillator. Here, and its voltage is known as oscillator, It provides a voltage nearly equal to 10 to the power 4 volt and frequency nearly equal to 10 to the power 6. 10 to the power 6 hertz. That means what is frequency? Frequency means it changes its polarity or it changes its polarity nearly equal to 10 to the power 6 means suppose 1 lakh hertz. Suppose imagine this frequency 1 lakh hertz. If f equal to 1 lakh hertz. What is 1 lakh hertz? 1 lakh hertz means if we take 1 second, then it changes its polarity to 1 lakh time. First, this suppose first this terminal is positive, then this terminal is negative. Clear? For 1 second, it changes its polarity 1 lakh time. This is known as frequency. First, this is positive terminal. It's connected with positive. It's negative. Then second time, positive, negative, negative, positive, positive, negative, positive, negative. So this is known as oscillator. So it changes its polarity after interval of time. This is frequency of oscillator, and it provides a voltage that is V equal to 10 to the power 4 volt. Clear? These are the top view of a cyclotron, and this is the construction of a cyclotron. Clear? And the two discs are hollow shaped. This disc D1, this disc D2, and this is known as disc D shape or hollow disc shaped. And we know what is electric field. The electric field inside a hollow conducting material is 0. Clear? So if the oscillator provide initially this terminal is positive, suppose this terminal is negative, then electric field start positive to negative between two gap of the disc, because inside the disc there is no electric field. Why? Because inside a hollow conducting material the electric field is 0. So electric field just outside, or there is 2 point or the gap between D1 and D2, there is electric field in this direction. Because electric field always start positive terminal to negative terminal, because this D1 negative, this D1 positive and D2 negative. This is the direction of uniform electric field. These are construction. Next we will go for working of a cyclotron. Working is important. Working. Clear? We know the electric field inside the two D-shaped material is 0, and you have to always remember the magnetic field which is perpendicular to this, and this is outward direction, because here we place this is north pole, that is south pole. This is the direction of uniform magnetic field in this direction. Clear? So these are the direction of magnetic field which is in outward direction, and two discs are placed in such a way the discs are perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. After connecting a high oscillator, then suppose first this D1 which is connected with positive terminal, and there is positive terminal and positive terminal, and D2 which is connected with negative terminal. Since inside the two discs electric field is 0, so the direction of electric field, so electric field exists between two gap of the disc, and this is the direction of electric field inside, direction of electric field between two gaps. Clear? There also the direction of magnetic field. There also the direction of magnetic field in this direction, coming outward. But electric field from D1 to D2 initial in this direction. Clear? Okay. If we place, there is a source which provide charge particle. For cyclotron, we need a positively charged particle, and that charge particle provide a source. Suppose we have heater, and heater provide Charge particle positively ion. Suppose this source provide a positive charge particle in this direction, that is plus q. Provide a positive charge particle plus q. And now this positive charge particle which is inside the electric field, this direction, and there is also another field exists, that is magnetic field, which is outward direction. This is the direction of electric field in this direction, and there is a uniform magnetic field in between two gap of the disc, which is outward direction, and there is charge particle, the gap between two discs, and this charge particle is plus q. Clear? Initially the charge particle is supposed that is q equal to 0. We know if we place a charge particle inside uniform magnetic field or inside uniform electric field, for electric field the charge particle experience a force in this direction. This charge is positive terminal, positive, so it experience a force towards the towards second disc or disc 2, because these two initially connected with negative terminal, so it attracts or so it enters towards electric field, direction of electric field, because this is positive charge. One question arises here. There is electric field and there is also magnetic field between two gaps. Why charge particle enters to second disc or negative charge? Why? Here we consider only electric field. Why we neglect magnetic field? Because magnetic field which is coming outward direction. Next or upcoming chapter we will discuss what is electromagnet. In electromagnet we discuss about the magnitude of electric field which is equal to C times magnetic field. Clear? What is C? The value of electric field which is greater than magnetic field. And how much? Multiplication of C. And C is known as speed of light. That is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second magnetic field. That is. So, if you compare the strength of electric field and strength of magnetic field, here we deals only with the electric field, because the strength of electric field is very high or very large as compared to magnetic field. So here dominate only electric field. Clear? So this charge particle initially enters to the second D-shaped material, because this D-shaped material initially connected with positive terminal, and when this charge particle enters D-shaped material with velocity v1, suppose this velocity v1, and you can take example, when charge particle accelerates inside magnetic field, then its velocity increase. Suppose v1 equal to 100 meter per second. Example, the charge particle which enters D2 with speed v1 100 meter per second inside D2, when it comes the disc D2, there is no electric field inside D2, because inside hollow conducting material electric field is 0, but there exists magnetic field, and that magnetic field which is coming outward direction. Clear? So when charge particle enters into this D1 with speed v1, now there is no electric field, but there exists magnetic field. What is the meaning of magnetic field? What is the importance of magnetic field? Magnetic field only changes the direction of charge particle, and here the direction of magnetic field in this direction. If this is the direction of magnetic field, there is a particle with velocity v. So when charge particle enters D2 with velocity v1, and the velocity which is perpendicular, because this is the direction uniform magnetic field, This is the uniform magnetic field. Here the charge particle enters with velocity v, and that velocity and the charge particle which moving uniform magnetic field with perpendicular direction, because this is the direction of magnetic field and this is the direction of charge particle. So angle between this charge particle and magnetic field is 90 degree. If we use here right hand palm rule, then this is the direction of magnetic, this is the direction of magnetic field and this is the direction of charge particle. So this is the direction of magnetic field which is outward direction, and this is the direction of magnetic field which is outward direction in this direction, and charge particle in this direction. So it experiences a force downward direction. Clear? So it experiences a force in this direction and try to move in this direction, and there is also another force in inward direction, so it changes its direction in this way. That means when charge particle enters the second disk or negative terminal, then it describes a semicircular path. This direction. It describes a semicircular path. Clear? Because magnetic field only changes the direction of the charge particle, not velocity. So when the charge particle comes out from this D2 and this charge particle exposed to the electric field, now we have to set the oscillator, we have to set the high frequency oscillator in such a way that when charge particle comes out from this D2, the oscillator which changes its polarity along the direction of this charge particle. So now the electric field direction changes because we have used here a highly accelerated charge particle. So now the direction of electric field changes from D2 to D1, and this electric field which will come to the charge particle when this charge particle just exposed to the electric field, and now electric field along the direction of D1. Here the particle when enters to the D2, that is V1 speed, now this D2 will be positive, this D2 will be positive because it changes its polarity. Now D1 is connected with negative. So this is the direction of electric field. When charge particle enters D2 with speed V1, in this which describes a semicircle, but in this case it does not changes its velocity. So here also velocity V1, because the charge particle changes its direction inside magnetic field, there is no electric field. But now when the charge particle just come out from this D2 and welcome electric field, so it changes its velocity, because now the charge particle which changes its velocity, because there is electric field strength E, and we know F equal to QE and V equal to Q plus AT, so V2 equal to V1 plus AT. Clear? Acceleration is constant. This is the initial velocity. When charge particle exposed to electric field, it changes its velocity to V2 and describe a semicircular path. Clear? Similarly, suppose this time for describe semicircular time taken T1. When charge particle now just enter to the D1 with velocity V1, just enter to the disk D1 with velocity V2, because here changes velocity V2, this velocity V1, now here changes velocity. Suppose V1 equal to 100 meter per second, now V2 equal to 200 meter per second, which changes electric field. So now in this case also the charge particle which describe a semicircular path, because there is the direction of magnetic field, but here the charge particle which enters to the magnetic field in perpendicular direction with velocity V2, and these are the direction of magnetic field which is coming outward direction. So here the charged particle enters in this direction. If we use a right hand palm rule, then it experiences a force. Which direction? This is the direction of magnetic field. Outward direction is the direction of velocity. So experience a force upward direction. So it changes direction and describes a circular path. So this charged particle which is moving with velocity v2 and enters to this d1, it describes a circular path in this way. Because the circular path, now this is circular path, describes circular path and time taken is also t. If this time t, then this circular path and time taken by the particle for describe a semicircular path also time t. Clear? Because we know the radius of a charged particle when moving inside uniform magnetic field, which we have discussed in last class, which we discussed last class, that is last number of previous classes, that is R equal to mv by qb. That means radius of the charged particle increase if velocity of the charged particle increase. So if this radius small r, then this radius also capital R. That means this radius is greater as compared to this radius. But when charged particle accelerate uniform magnetic field with velocity v, then t equal to 2 pi m by qb. The time taken by the charged particle to complete circular path which is independent of radius. So the time taken to complete this circular path is t1, then time taken by the particle in this circular path also t1. Clear? Now again the charged particle which comes out from this d1 and exposed to electric field, at that time the high frequency oscillator also changes its polarity. Now this d1 which is connected with negative and this d2 which is connected with positive. Now this is the direction of electric field. This is the direction of electric field in this direction. Clear? So when charged particle comes out from this d1 with speed v2 and the electric field is along the direction of the charged particle, and the electric field which welcome to the charged particle, and this charged particle when exposed to electric field, it experiences a force in this direction, that means towards d2, because now d1 is connected with negative terminal and d2 is connected with positive terminal. Again, when charged particle inside uniform or when charged particle inside electric field, the charged particle accelerates and it changes its velocity. When the charged particle just comes to d2, then its velocity changes to v3. That means suppose v3 equal to 300 meter per second. And again it describes a semicircle and it takes time t, because the time taken by the charged particle to describe semicircle or semicircle pi m by qb which is independent of radius, then it only changes its direction and speed remains constant, that is v3. And again when it exposes d2, then electric field also changes and electric field welcomes the charged particle. In this way the charged particle accelerates and describe a circular path or spiral path in this way. Clear? Suppose there is a deflector, because in cyclotron we need a highly energetic and highly accelerated charged particle. And why we need? Because we have to break a nucleus or we have to break a target. So suppose we have a target here. Suppose we have a target here. This is target. We want to break this target. This is target particle or any nucleus. And suppose there is a window. This is window. When charge particle describe number of circle and finally it reached at periphery of the disk in this direction, and if you set a deflector here, now the charge particle deflect the deflector and passes through the window and finally hit the target. And the charge particle which accelerate number of time, which make a circle number of time, when it comes the electric field, it changes its velocity. When enters the magnetic field, only changes direction. So in this way, it changes its velocity, and if speed changes, then energy of the particle also changes. Finally, it comes through the window by the deflector and it hit the target with high energetic or high accelerate. So the target will destroy. Now we can study about the target. Clear? This is the concept, or this is the working of the cyclotron. Clear? So what the working cyclotron? Cyclotron means we use a highly frequency oscillator which can changes its polarity, and this oscillator changes its polarity. Suppose this oscillator frequency f equal to 1 lakh to 10,000 lakh, 10 to the power 6 lakh or 10 to the 6 lakh frequency hertz. That means it changes its frequency in 1 second 1 lakh times. That means positive negative, negative positive, positive negative, negative positive, then positive negative. In this way it changes its frequency 1 lakh times to 10,000 lakhs times, and we need here a high oscillator frequency. Clear? So another one important case, we have to set the frequency in such a way when this charge particle just come out from the disk, then it changes its polarity. If this is there is positive sign, then this changes to negative, and here positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, and the charge particle which make a circular path in this way, and finally the charge particle reaches the periphery of the cyclotron or the periphery of the disk, then finally come out through the window and hit the target. This is the working of a cyclotron. Clear? Next we will go the theory of cyclotron. What is theory of cyclotron? When charge particle enters, this is D, another D is action of electric field, there is a source. When charge particle enters the this D1, suppose D1, then there is no electric field, but there exists magnetic field. So the magnetic field which describe a semicircular path, because there must be necessary a force which provide the charge particle to move in a circular path, and that force is known as centripetal force. So here the centripetal force provide to the charge particle to move in a circular path, that is known as magnetic force, and this is the direction of magnetic field, which is outer direction. This is the charge particle which is perpendicular to each other, so you can write magnetic force, that is Fm equal to QVB sin 90, and the value of sin 90 equal to 1. So magnetic force experienced by charge particle inside the disk, that is QVB, and this force which provide the charge particle to move in a circular path, and the force is known as centripetal force. So you can write centripetal, this force which is equal to QVB equal to mv square by r. Clear? Okay, what is r? 1v cancel, so r equal to mv by q. This is radius of the circular path. Suppose this radius, suppose r1, and it velocity v1, and again when charge particle inside electric field, it changes velocity to v2, and it describes another circular path, that is r2. So this is r1 which depends on the v1, similarly r2 and v2 by qb. Clear? That means radius increase Again velocity also increase. If velocity increase, then radius increase. So describe in this way, describe a circle path in this way. So which are the radius of a charge particle when moving inside uniform, when moving electric field and magnetic field. And this radius which is depends on velocity. If velocity increase, then circle of the charge particle or path of the charge particle also increase. Next we will go, what is the time period? What is the time taken by the particle to complete semicircle? Suppose this is semicircle and suppose time t1, and we know how can we find time t1? Because time taken by the charge particle to complete one semicircle, the distance, this distance is pi r and this is radius r. So can write pi r divided by total distance by total speed, because velocity equal to distance by time. So time equal to distance by velocity or speed. So your speed v, that is v. Clear? Okay. What is velocity? We know that is r equal to r equal to mv by qb, and v equal to r qb by m. If we use this relation here, that is pi r equal to v r qb into m. One r cancel. This pi m by qb. That is time t1. And this time to describe the charge particle for a semicircle with radius r, which is independent of radius. That means if the charge particle take t1 time to complete this circle of radius r1, and this is the circle of radius r2, to describe this semicircle, and to describe this semicircle, the time taken by the charge particle equal, because here time taken by the charge particle which is independent of velocity and which is independent of radius of the semicircular path. So this time and this time are equal. Clear? Again, suppose we have to use a high frequency oscillator in such a way that suppose the total time taken by the charge particle to complete one circle. This is this radius r1, this radius r2, but this radius are nearly equal. This is spiral path. So the total time taken by the charge particle to complete one circle, that is t equal to 2 pi m by qb. And we have to set a frequency in such a way that whole time period which is equal to t equal to 2 pi m by qb. That means for semicircle, the time can be that is t1 equal to t by 2, which is equal to pi m by qb. So this time is known as oscillator time or time period of oscillator. Time period of oscillator or time taken by the charge particle to complete one cycle. Clear? These are the time period of the charge particle to complete one cycle. So here we can say that the time period of the charge particle to complete one cycle and time period of the sequence are same. This time period is known as synchronization time. Synchronization time means the time period of oscillator and time period of the charge particle are equal. Clear? Now from here we can describe or we can write the frequency. So frequency can be write one time period, which is equal to qb by 2 pi m, and this frequency is known as cyclotron frequency. This frequency is known as cyclotron frequency. Okay. Next, we will come. What is kinetic energy of the charge particle? Because we need a highly energetic charge particle. So kinetic energy gained by charge particle which is equal to half m v square. What is v? Means speed of the charge particle. So 1 by 2 m into v. What is velocity? Because I equal to mv by qb and v equal to velocity equal to qbr by m. So right here it is q square b square r square divided by m square. 1m cancel. This is mass of the charge particle. So we can write that is q square b square divided by q square b square divided by 2m, and which is r square, that is kinetic energy. The kinetic energy gained by charge particle inside cyclotron. And here this quantity, this term is constant because charge is constant quantity, magnetic field also constant, mass of the charge particle also constant, two also constant quantity. So this term constant. That means kinetic energy depends on radius of the circular path. So this is to this. So when charge particle accelerate with maximum radius or maximum circular path, that means when charge particle moves, when charge particle reaches the periphery of the cyclotron or periphery of the torus, it possesses maximum kinetic energy, or gain maximum kinetic energy, and it comes out with the window and hit the target with maximum kinetic energy. So kinetic energy of charge particle will be maximum when it is q square b square by 2m is constant quantity, when radius of the circle will be maximum. That means when charge particle reaches the periphery of torus, then its velocity, then its speed maximum, because it passes number of times the electric field. So its velocity increase, that means its speed increase. So it gain a maximum kinetic energy. Clear? So this is all about the cyclotron. What is theory? What is principle? What is construction? What is working of cyclotron? Clear? Okay. Next we will go for what is the limitation of cyclotron. Limitation means here we use the source provide only positive charge particle. So the source here the charge particle which accelerate electric field and magnetic field, that is positive charge particle. For cyclotron we need a highly accelerated charge particle. So here we only deals with the positive charge particle. So in the limitation, what is the limitation? It can't accelerate the charge particle like neutron. Why? Because neutron is a chargeless particle, neutral particle. So we cannot use for cyclotron. So it is the important limitation of cyclotron. Second limitation, it cannot accelerate electron because its mass is very small. Why electron cannot accelerate for cyclotron? Because its mass is very small. We know from modern physics or special theory of relativity, we have a formula, we have a concept, that is m equal to m naught 1 minus v square by c square under root. What is m? M means variable mass or mass of the body. What is m naught? M naught means rest mass of the charge particle. What is v? It means velocity of the charge particle. What is c? C means speed of the charge particle. Clear? Because the velocity of charge particle is very high as compared to the velocity of charged particle, that is electron, is very high as compared to other charged particle, because mass of the charged particle, mass of the electron is very small, and the speed of electron, which is equal to the speed of electron nearly equal to 10 to the power 6 or 10 to the power 7 meter per second, because speed of light 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and speed of electron, the speed of electron, which is equal to nearly equal to 10 to the power 6, or it can move with speed 10 to the power 6, 10 to the power 7, nearly equal to speed of light. And this is the formula. What is V? V means velocity of charged particle or velocity of electron. C. So this term are nearly equal. So if you use this value here, then the denominator decrease, because m naught by 1 minus something, because this value are nearly equal 1 minus something whatever. So m naught by some values which is less or which decrease the value of 1. Clear? So its value, suppose this quantity 0 point or something, some value, there is mass m. Now this mass is changes, because variable mass changes. If initial mass of the charged particle, suppose initial mass of the charged particle 100 kg, after moving velocity is 10 to the power 6, then its mass changes, and this is actual value. So if mass of the particle changes in cyclotron, the frequency equal to, that is QB divided by 2 pi m frequency. If mass of the charged particle changes, then frequency of the charged particle also changes. If mass decrease or mass decrease, then frequency increase. If mass increase, then frequency decrease. Okay. If frequency changes, if frequency of the charged particle changes, then this is the oscillator frequency, but here we use the frequency of oscillator, which is equal to the frequency of charged particle, because the time taken by the charged particle to complete 1 second, which is equal to the time taken by the frequency or time taken by the oscillator. So their frequency equal. But if we use electron, its mass changes, because its speed is nearly equal to speed of light. So mass of the charged particle electron changes. If mass changes, then frequency of the charged particle changes. If frequency changes, then the charged particle, which is out of the step with frequency of oscillator. That means, suppose we need a frequency when charged particle just come out from this D2, that is D1. This is positive, 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 and inside is negative, negative, negative. When charged particle just come out from this D2, now we have to set a frequency in such a way that it changes its polarity. This is positive, 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 and here negative, negative. That means this is the direction of electric field. And now the charged particle, which enters the electric field along the direction of charged particle. If this frequency are not matched, that means it changes its polarity plus to minus, but the charged particle now here. After some time, it changes its polarity. That means if this is negative and this is positive. So when this charged particle just come out the this D1, that is positive, that means electric field in this direction. Electric field in this direction. Now charged particle in this direction. So the electric field which opposes the charged particle. Now the charged particle decelerate. So in this case, due to this reason, we cannot use electron for a cyclotron. Clear? So this is the most important limitation of cyclotron. So it cannot accelerate a charged particle like electron, because it consists less mass and its speed nearly equal to speed of light. So it changes its mass. Due to change its mass, its frequency changes. So cannot use electron. So this is the limitation of cyclotron. Clear? So now we will go. What are the uses of cyclotron? Why we need a accelerated charge particle? Why we need a highly energetic charge particle? So these are the some key points about uses of cyclotron. So first use, it is used to produce radioactive material, because suppose we have a radioactive material, there is a highly accelerated charge particle which collide with the radioactive material, and we produce a radioactive material in this way to use cyclotron. Next, to synthesize the fresh substance. Next, to improve quality of the solid by using cyclotron, by using accelerated charge particle, by bombarding it to improve the quality of solid. Next point, to study the nuclear properties. That means suppose we have a nucleus, we want to break the nucleus, so we need a highly accelerated charge particle. So how can we get highly accelerated charge particle? If we have a cyclotron, it provides us a highly accelerated, highly energetic charge particle to break the nucleus. So we can study the properties of nuclear, the properties of nucleus. Clear? So these are the important cases, the important term related to uses of cyclotron. Clear? So this is one of the most important long question. So you have to remember why cyclotron, what is cyclotron, what is principle of cyclotron, what is construction of cyclotron, what is working of cyclotron, what is theory, and what are the limitations and what are the uses of cyclotron. Clear? So these are all about to the cyclotron. Clear? Thank you.